Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've done my first ever skull, my first ever Halloween look. So I created like this glam sugar skull kind of look. It's pretty easy to do, since it's my first time attempting a sugar skull or anything skull-like. I think it's turned out pretty well. So the eyes are just really like glam, smoky, bit messy, and then you've got the carved out cheeks and pretty easy teeth to get. I drew inspo from this picture of this girl. I found this on Instagram and I just thought it'd be really fun to try and recreate it. So this is my version. Slightly different, a little bit more smoky than what she went for, but I absolutely love the way this turned out and I'm really proud of myself, and I hope you all enjoy this tutorial, and please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. To start, I'm using the MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base, just using a small amount all over the lid and up to the brow bone. And then for the eyeshadow, I'm using the Sleek Ultra Matte palette in volume 2, it's like the dark one. Just setting the brow bone with that light yellow shade, and then moving on to this slightly deeper, warmer shade as my transition colour. And then for the lid colour, I'm going in with this navy blue on a MAC 239. I'm just packing that all over the lid, quite intense. This is going to be a really dark navy smoky eye. And I'm just using the Morphe M433 to blend out the edges. And to apply the transition shade, I was using the M441 by Morphe. So I'm just layering this navy colour and blending in between. Now I'm picking out the navy colour and this kind of smoky grey tealy colour and a bit of the black on the MAC 239, and just deepening and intensifying this lid colour. And just blending again with that Morphe brush. It's just a smaller blending brush. So just really getting in those edges and the outer corner. I'm going back to the larger Morphe brush and a little bit of that warmer orange shade and just blending the edges. And I'm now mixing all of those colours, so the navy, the teal, the black, the purple, the smoky grey and the other purple, and just packing that on the lid and then blending the edges. I just want this look to be really dark and intense and smoky, but still have that navy hue. And just going in between the two brushes and making sure all the edges are blended and it's all looking nice and smoky. I'm just going to add winged liner. I'm using the Inglot gel liner in 77 and this Smith 203 liner brush. So just a really simple wing, nothing too crazy. And for my lashes, I'm using the Flutter lashes in the style Provocative. They're really dramatic and they go really well with this look. Moving on to the skin, I'm priming my face with the Benefit Porefessional primer, and I'm going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer in Linen, just dotting that all over the face and blending with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. And for my concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter. So for the face, you can go lighter than your normal colour if you want to, but I'm doing sort of a glam sugar skull, so I want to keep my natural foundation shade. And I'm just going to set my under eyes with the MAC Cosmetics Pro Emphasise and Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Powder. And I'm just using the navy, the black and the teal smoky colour for my lower lash line, and just blending that out, making it really smoky, kind of messy, not too neat. And I'm just going over that with the transition shade, just making sure it's all soft and blended, and just adding a little bit of the black to the lash line. Moving on to the skull part of the look, I'm using this Mehron Paradise Pro AQ palette. This is a water activated makeup palette, and I'm using the black shade and this brush that I got from a craft store. It's kind of a really sharp edge, slightly stiff, but still able to move the product. So I'm just drawing where I want the cheek portion of the skull to be. So I want a really sharp, straight top and then fading down into this kind of curve shape. And just feathering the black out to create a nice shade, and using the Real Techniques foundation brush to kind of blend the black out. I'm now picking up Barcelona Beach by Makeupgeek on this Real Techniques setting brush, and this is my shading color, which is going to add the dimension to the look. So you want to go for like a light to medium kind of cool undertoned brown shade to create the shade, and just layering that over the black and blending. So I wasn't too happy with the top of the contour look, so I'm just adding a bit more of the black on that brush and kind of feathering that out, just making it a bit more straight, a bit more severe. I'm just using my finger now to blend the underneath of this line and make it really shady, really kind of accentuate those cheeks and make it nice and deep. And then just add more of the brown on top of that black and really kind of create the dimension for the cheek look. I'm just using the Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques to kind of soften everything and make it all nice and blended. I'm picking up this really small, like fine painting brush that I got from the same craft store and drawing on the nose. So I'm kind of rounding out the tip of the nose, and I'm going to make one side of the nose longer than the other and just kind of bring it to a point. Bring both the tops of the nose to a point, and then I'm just going to fill that in with the same black. And it doesn't have to be too neat because we're going to kind of blend it out later. I'm just kind of accentuating the tips of the noses, extending the points, and then I'm picking up Corrupt by Makeupgeek, which is just a matte black, and filling in the whole nose and kind of smoking out those edges. I'm just using a smaller brush to kind of smoke out the tops of the nose and the edges a little bit and just make it a bit more like soft and dramatic. And I stuffed up the lips the first time, which is why I've got this headband on already. So I'm just doing it again. So I start in the middle of my cupid's bow, in the middle of my lip, and just draw a straight line down the top and bottom of the lip in kind of one motion. And I'm doing it about half a centimetre, a bit less apart, and just going down the lip and creating this teeth shape. And just the same on both sides. So just starting at the top, pulling down all the way in one motion. Just moving on to like the mouth part, just drawing a straight line out from the sides of my lips and just filling in the middle of the lip all the way across just to make it a bit more deep, and then extending the mouth on the other side and just making sure they're both even, and I'm happy with the shape of both of them. And I got my headband from Lovisa. It's perfect for the look. And I'm just adding some shading underneath the mouth with the black shade, and then going over it with the brown just to kind of intensify and make it nice and shady. And that's the end of this sugar skull look. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it's easy for you guys to recreate if you want to give it a go. It was really fun creating this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm pretty proud of myself, I have to say. I love the look, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!